You've been asking for it, so here it is. The best team for LR full power Frieza. And in case you don't have a unit or two on this team build that I made, I do have the sworn enemies category pulled up here, and I will give you some replacement ideas, again, just in case you don't have a unit or two. Now, before I hop in, I just got to say, thank you guys again for the amazing support on the channel. We're now on the road to 13K. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoy the vibes, want to see us get there, consider liking the video, or going one step further, consider subscribing. I really do appreciate all the love and support. Let's hop straight into this video. So first things first, you're going to want to have the new LR Frieza, okay? I'm going to have him as the leader. We're going to be running the new sworn enemies category here. He does give HP and attack 170% and 150% to defense. So the defense is a little bit lower than 170 obviously, but this team that I made I think makes up for that beautifully. So the first rotation that you want to run, all right, is going to be your LR Frieza or the friend LR Frieza with the tech transforming Frieza who just got an easy A. Let me go ahead and explain my rotations or explain why I'm saying this, and you guys can let me know what you think in the comment section below. So this guy stacks attack and defense obviously until he hits golden, hits this golden form here. So he's gonna be really good defensively. So will this Frieza, right? If you're getting 18 key supers, you're going to be like, dude, this is a very powerful defensive and offensive rotation, because you guys already know Frieza hits like a truck, and so does this tech transforming Frieza. What's really great about this category, or about this rotation, is that they both share things like big bad bosses, right? Which is going to give an additional 25% attack and defense. So please get these units to link level 10. Please don't play yourself. I'm begging you guys not to play yourself when it comes to that link, all right? Another really great thing about this rotation is that this Frieza is going to be healing every single turn until he gets to his golden Frieza form. He will have, let me see, where's the, 15% HP recovery at the start of every turn, which is definitely a very good amount of HP. Not the craziest amount, but every single time you see this rotation right here, you'll be healing 15% HP, which can definitely sort of counter the fact that it's 150% defense and not 170. So you may be getting a little bit harder compared to a 170 defensive lead, but you're healing a lot of HP to make that up. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now I will say, with this specific rotation, up until the third form with this Frieza, you're only going to be sharing 4 links with LR full power Frieza, okay? So in terms of links, they're going to have strongest clan in space, universe most malevolent, big bad bosses, and fierce battle. I will say, at least they have big bad bosses, right? But the moment you hit the final form or even golden Frieza, this guy does gain prodigies, which this LR Frieza does have. So you're going to be sharing 5 out of 7 links, which is of course very good. Okay, so this main rotation, again, healing, a lot of offensive power, a lot of defensive power, very powerful rotation. Let's move on to the second main rotation I have here, which of course is going to be LR Bootanks, or Buhan Bootanks, whatever, and of course his best friend Boo Piccolo. Let me explain this rotation. So these guys are, yes, unsworn enemies. This guy does stack defense as well. He is a defensive monster, but he also hits very hard, especially with his chance to launch an additional super attack. But what's really great about this guy is the 12% HP healing at the start of the turn. So you have one rotation where Frieza's healing up like crazy, 15% once he's at golden Frieza. But this guy, every single time he exists, 12% HP regen, which of course is very good. I will say his one quote-unquote weakness is that he does not have big bad bosses until he transforms, okay? But just keep that in mind. That's gonna be a little bit important later on in the video. But of course this guy is very powerful, and of course the HP regen does drop by 2%. But let me explain to you why the 2% doesn't matter at all, okay? So our the other unit you're going to be running with LR Bootanks here is, of course, the AGL Boo Piccolo, who 15% HP at the start of turn. So this rotation here, right, is literally healing you 27% HP. 27% HP. Now, again, when you go ahead and transform, that 27 does drop down to 25%. But guess what doesn't matter? Guess why? Because they both share the Metamorphosis link, which gives 5% HP even at link level 1. So if you don't link level this dude, which you definitely should, you're going to be getting access to an additional 5% HP. So in total, 30% HP healing at sort of every turn with this team. That's absolutely insane. And then of course, if you don't transform, then it's going to be 32% HP healing. But another really great thing about this Buu Piccolo here is that he's giving LR Buhan 30% attack and 50% defense when he really does not need it. Also, this guy can come in clutch with his dodges as well. So I think overall, this is a very, very, very powerful rotation, okay? Now again, this guy does not have, you know, the Big Bad Boss's link. So this LR Buhan, even if you have him transformed, will not be gaining access to Big Bad Bosses on this specific rotation, which is definitely it's not something, you know, I'm not really the biggest fan of that. I want these Big Bad Bosses units to have access to that Big Bad Bosses link, because it definitely, you know, increases the power output that they have. Which is why I picked 2 specific supporting units for this team. So like I said, I already went through the first main rotation, that's 2 units. The second main rotation, which is 4 units. Of course, you're going to bring a friend, LR Full Power FRIEZA, which is 5 units. So we have 2 units left that you're going to be floating in and out of every single rotation. The first unit is going to be STR LR, I almost said final form. STR LR Pod FRIEZA. He is a free-to-play LR. He is absolutely amazing and very versatile, okay? First, let me explain that he has Big Bad Bosses. So when he's on rotation, with this rotation right here, just put Buu Tanks in that second slot, and boom, you're gonna have access to Big Bad Bosses, which of course is very, very good. But since he's a 3rd slot unit, if you want him to be extra defensive just in case, you can get the 12 key super attack with him, which is going to greatly raise his defense. And just by being in the 3rd slot, he's going to have access to an additional 3 key and 50% to defense, okay? Keep that in mind. But let's say you're trying to go all out and just use as much power as possible to try ahead and finish off the enemy. Then you want to go with this 18 key super if it's available. And when you do get that 18 key super, you're going to get an additional 50% on attack just because you're performing it, right? So again, this guy, you could put out as much damage as you want, or get on the safe side, stack your defense for that turn specifically, and of course get an additional 50% defense just because this guy is going to be a 3rd slot unit. And of course his links are very, very good. Since he has Big Bad Bosses, he's going to be, you know, sharing that with this rotation as well. Again, guys, it's a very, very, very powerful rotation, okay? And last but not least on this team here, someone else you want to be floating in and out, you guys have probably already guessed it, is going to be the 3rd form FRIEZA. This guy does raise defense every single time he super attacks. He can perform up to 4 additional super attacks, which of course is very, very good. I mean, it's only 3 from his passive, but if you give him additionals, it does add up to 4. So he could look very, very good defensively in that last slot. But I think his biggest, you know, plus here is the ability to give sworn enemy category allies 3 key and 40% to attack and defense. So basically, he's giving 40% to attack and defense to this rotation right here that doesn't really need it. Which means actually, when he's on rotation, this Buu Piccolo plus this 3rd form FRIEZA is giving this LR Buhan or Buu Tanks, whatever. It's what, 80%? No, it's 40 plus, no, 30. He gets 30% attack, right? Yeah, so 70% attack and 90% defense to this dude who stacks. This is that dude. That is extremely powerful. And of course, if you're talking about this rotation right here, these 2 units who definitely don't need it, this guy stacks by himself and this guy stacks by himself, they're going to be looking very good offensively and defensively, giving them an additional 40% to attack and defense and 3 key. I mean, dude, you can't really ask for more of a cohesive team, okay? So let me know what you guys think. Again, first rotation, you want to have this guy and this guy together. Second main rotation, okay, again, because of the massive healing on this turn. Second rotation, this guy and this guy together because, again, the massive healing and just the damage output that they're going to be doing. Dude, every single turn you're healing. Every single turn. One turn you're healing 30% HP or 32% HP, depending on if you have this guy transformed or not. Other rotation, you're healing up to 15%. So healing every single turn, right? And then, of course, you want to have this guy as a floater, this guy as a floater, and the last LR FRIEZA you brought as a friend, as a supporter as well. So let me know what you guys think about that. Now, let's say you don't have specific units on this team. Let's take a look at the Sworn Enemies category and see who you could bring instead. So personally, I would recommend you might want to bring this Tech Golden FRIEZA here. I think this guy does work as a really good slot 3 unit because, of course, his insane damage reduction. So this guy could work very, very well in difficult content because, again, he reduces so much damage. He should have, honestly... Yeah, honestly, I feel like, how long is his defensive buff for? Ooh, okay. So, or defensive debuff, sorry. But this damage reduction, especially in difficult content, is going to save you a lot of times. Because let's just say this guy is in slot 3 and he gets hit with a super attack or 2 super attacks in Extreme Super Battle Road. You're more than likely, I wouldn't say you're dead, especially if he gets a lot of super attacks off, but you're going to be taking a lot of damage. This guy, not really so much, right? So he could be a really good option for a floating unit, but also massively lowering defense for 3 turns. The reason why that's so powerful is because when you massively lower defense on a team like this guy, they're going to be hitting so freaking hard. It's absolutely insane. Like, they're going to be, dude, removing their defense by 80%. You're going to have units who are just literally obliterating everything in their path. So this guy I definitely think is a really good slot 3 option. Next, I mean, if you don't have him, you could try this. I'm not going to say this guy is the best option whatsoever, but he does have an ability to heal on super attack, okay? So he's going to be able to raise his own defense, which makes him pretty decent in slot 3, right? You want a unit to raise their own defense before they get hit. But he's also recovering 12% HP every single time he does a super attack. So it's like another option for more healing on this team, which of course is going to be very, very good. And again, he does give extreme class allies 1 key with HP 50% or more, which, I mean, I guess it could come in clutch, right? Because everyone is benefiting from that, like this rotation is as well. But this guy, like, he's not gonna be, you know, like that unit. He does have big bosses in Fierce Battle, which all these rotations definitely need, which is pretty good. But again, this guy, he could get you killed in the last slot. You want to get this guy additionals though, because again, raising his defense as much as possible is going to be good. And the HP, dude, just hear me out, right? Let's say this guy were to get an additional super attack, right? Let's say he were to get 2 super attacks off in the 3rd slot. He's going to be healing 24% HP, right? And then with this rotation, you already gained 32% HP. You're literally healing 50% HP just in that specific turn. That's actually disgusting. This is actually, that's not even fair, to be honest. So let's say, you know, you don't have any of those units. I mean, you could... I think this guy might be a decent option too. I mean, he does stack defense once he's easy 8, so he could be a good defensive option in that last slot. He does buff target Goku. Are these on target Goku, right? Are you in target Goku here? I guess you wouldn't be actually, because Namekusagi wasn't really targeting Goku. He was just Goku's in his way, right? Yeah, so this guy's actually on target Goku. Okay. You aren't though, right? Just to make sure. Yeah, you're not on target Goku. Okay, that's fine. What about you? You guys are not on target Goku, right? No, you're not. Okay. So this guy, he does buff target Goku, but that's only going to be applied to this FRIEZA right here, which again isn't really the greatest. He does stack defense. He does perform a crit when facing Goku. Or no, high chance. Sorry, not even a guarantee, just high chance. He's okay. I wouldn't really recommend him, but he is an option for sure. Let's see who else can be an option here. I mean, honestly, dude, I'm not really seeing the greatest options. I do think this AGL Golden FRIEZA could come in clutch, because again, he does have damage reduction of his own. Reduce damage by 90% when HP is 40% or more. So the issue with this guy, obviously, is the fact that he does not have any damage reduction when your HP falls below 40%. Tech Golden FRIEZA, on the other hand, if he falls below 50% HP, he still has damage reduction, just not as much as, you know, this guy has, or what he has before. But this guy, if you fall below 40% HP, which is going to be definitely difficult with this team, but even if you do, you're not going to have any damage reduction. He's going to be looking very, very weak in that last slot. So keep that in mind. So, yeah, that's basically, I mean, that's it. I mean, again, I think if you have this team, you're going to be good to go. If you don't have this team, then bringing units, okay, like Tech Golden FRIEZA, or AGL Golden FRIEZA, Tech Golden FRIEZA, or you know, Ooh, actually, you know what you could do? This free-to-play Frieza, Final Form Frieza here. He does buff all allies when you're facing a Goku's family enemy, which, again, is going to apply to everyone if you're facing a Goku's family enemy. But he's also really good defensively because 100% defense, he's guarding. If you have this off, he's going to get an additional 20% defense and reduces damage received by 50%. So, 50% damage reduction, guard, 100% defense. Like, this guy's going to be pretty solid himself, so. But yeah, that is basically it. I mean, let me know what you guys think. This is, again, in my opinion, my best team that I could have made with this Frieza. Again, this is a very cohesive, very powerful, both offensively and defensively, and a lot of healing going on in this team. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys did enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.